on the show. Welcome to the live Talk of Life talk show with Elma, myself, and Fashion by Kimberley, and Roberta Elaine, and the one and only Linda is with us. And Big Husky Plain has got, he's still trying to get in here. All right, so we're excited that you all are tuning in tonight because we have something good to talk to you about tonight. But before we get started, we're going to have our scripture walk.
Yes.
I hope Otis give us some good music.
Drop it like it's hot.
Come on, Otis. Make her happy, Otis. Oh. Look how he looking at you, Kimberly. He looking at you.
I don't hear no music.
All righty. Well, there you go. Okay, Otis and Kimberly always bring fun to our show at the beginning. This is Finish What You Start. Philippians 1:6 always says, whatever you start, finish it. And then this person said, you just can't be the person that never, ever give up. Ain't that right, Roberta?
Right.
All right, so don't you give up. This is a new year. Put it all in there. Why? Because but God can always handle any situation that you are going through. Always remember that. So Philippians 1:6, never give up. And what? But God. All right, thank you, Kimberly. This is our dream team. Woo! Our dream team. All right, this plaque is made by the Kirk Booth. So we're going to jump right into this. All right. AI is something that is really taking over. And it's good and it can be what? Bad at the same time. So tonight I want to talk about on relationship and how AI can get into a relationship, which is sort of funny, okay? But relationship in the age of AI, what's real anymore? Can you all actually tell? Now, Kimberly made a statement. She said once you see it a lot, you know it's AI.
You know it's AI.
Okay? But when you can't, your first time, and because I always get fooled till they started showing to me that it was AI, because it always got me off guard, because I didn't know it was AI, because it looked so real until, Darius and Emmanuel started telling me, Mama, that's AI. So I started looking for different things, okay?
Yeah.
So how did y'all know it was AI?
I'm still learning.
You still learning?
The only one I knew was AI was those little babies.
Oh, no, that is true.
Boy, those little babies are something else.
I love them.
Yeah.
I like that little baby with the wig.
Yeah.
The one you sent me, boy, she was talking about every wig her mama had on and why her mama want to wear this ugly wig and all of that. But they are the cutest little things.
They are, and I like the one where she talking about my electric bill, and it's in my name, my score. She said, I know my score is going to be low. They're probably going to be for less than 400. With her putting I'm a baby, and she put my electric bill in my name. And, it's funny, but it's
But that's a reality.
That's it.
People do that. Parents do it to their children.
Yeah.
And they put it in I hate to say it, but she gone now. But she used to put it in her baby name and stuff. And then when he got grown, he had bad credit.
Right. Exactly.
And then you wondering, man, how did he get this here bad credit when he's only 16 or 17?
Right.
Because he started when he was 8 months old.
Yeah. So he started early.
And he started real early and stuff. So tonight, I just wanted to bring to attention because this is something that I even did in my training with the AI. And it was talking about how you can call up people and they sound just like you. That's scary.
That is.
And I remember one time before where this lady got tricked by somebody had called, but this is what AI, but they had called and said that her son had been kidnapped and all this, and she reacted and sent all this money. And her son called right after that. And she said, I just got a call that you had been kidnapped.
Wow.
But why not call the police first?
That's true.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you. You would think that.
Call the police first.
Right.
Why do something like that on your
Call her
own?
son first and see.
If somebody come like that, call the police so you can track this person.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's make it make sense. Even with AI, most people aren't that beautiful. Your skins have pores and holes and
Yeah,
hair
right.
and nose. So when you look at the picture, it's too perfect.
It's too perfect.
Mhm.
Even when they're doing the little skits, they're too perfect, or the
Right.
mouth isn't really moving the way a mouth
Should
moves or lips move.
Exactly.
It's just too perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just stop and look at it and wait, now that can't happen. Like one had that UPS truck, and the guy slid, and he went in the yard and slid and turned around. He would have fell out by now. I mean, they can't even make it on the regular highways, you know. So he slid because he's trying to get the packages in the snow. So he did, went up in the yard, up in the thing,
It's
came
some-
down. It's impossible for a truck to do that.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
You are so
Yeah.
true. That is
So
so
we-
true.
you know, but if you're just glancing at, like, I have to
You
tell
would
Miss,
know.
I have to tell Miss Helen, that's not true, Miss Helen. That's not Miss Helen. That's not true. Is it
And
on
what
work?
she say, Kim?
Is it well? Ma, that's not true. Ma, that's AI. No, that person didn't die. Ma, is it on local news? Especially if it's a popular person.
Exactly.
Oh, now that you
Yeah.
used to
Yeah.
get, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it always go check the regular news to
Right.
hear
Right,
if
see.
that really occurred.
Right.
Because
Right.
people be putting anything together.
They sure do. They done
They
killed
do.
so many
They have
movie
celebrities
stars
off and they still here.
yeah, until you hear it basically on the news, and then when you see them, you like, I thought he just died.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
And some of these people they tell me are from other countries. They're not even from the United States, but we just assume. And we let one person start a click. It's a clickbait. Start. They'll say something and you'll follow it.
Mhm.
And it's just somebody else from another country saying something.
Right.
You know, because
That's
they've
right.
traveled a lot. And it's like, oh,
Right.
that started over here. That didn't start over here.
Mhm.
So we just have to learn not to just click everything or
And-
grab
and
everything.
accept
And not
everything. Yeah.
Accept everything we see.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's not what we think it is. You see it
Right.
one way. I do have a funny story that's brought to mind of something that happened to a friend of mine because you know they're doing it on those dating sites as well.
That's what we gonna talk about. Yeah,
Oh.
that's right.
Okay.
Go
Want me to
ahead.
wait on
Go.
that?
No, go.
So you know, I mean, you know, they say they to wait upon the Lord. Sometimes you better wait.
And let he renew your
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
need to mount up and wait.
And
Fly
be
like
ready
an
to
eagle.
run and
Yeah.
not faint. A friend of mine, you know, she decided to get on a dating site, and I have to say, when she showed me the picture, I said myself, I said, oh my God, you know, maybe that's where I need to go.
So it was a nice looking man.
Was he nice?
Nice looking. So AI really
He
made him
was-
look good.
And she got all excited and stuff like that, and you know, talked to him for a minute, and you know, back and forth.
So they were texting or
They
actually
were
talking?
texting after.
Texting.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
texting. Then they
That's
eventually
a red
started.
flag right
That
there.
is a red
That's
flag.
a red flag.
But then they started talking.
On the phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now again, you're talking to somebody, you're hearing their voice,
That's
but you're
right.
not seeing their face.
There you go.
So you know you got your hopes up upon.
Mhm.
Come on.
You sitting up like, oh, you know, baby. When the meeting come, I want to be in the meeting. She said when she went to meet them, she said, surely, not goodness and mercy either. Surely, that's not who I saw. That person was supposed to meet her. They were supposed to meet at a certain place. They pulled up. They was getting out of the car, and she was like, surely. She said, I just kept saying, surely this ain't.
Drive on off.
that was
I would have.
Did she
Did she go in at a meeting?
She went and met him?
She going in and he going in because she thinking that surely can't be him. That's somebody else. But he said he drive this particular vehicle.
Uh-oh.
So when she got in and went in the door, and he went in the door, and the conversation goes like, so who you here to meet? And he says, and she's like, and she said, I wanted to run. And she said, and then he said, who you here to meet? She said, I wanted to say nobody. But by that time, you know, he said, you know what, your voice sounds familiar.
Yeah.
And there it was. And so I just, to say the least, I was like, did you stay? And she said, I did, just because, you know, out of kindness. I didn't know what else to do. She said, I was so flabbergasted.
So he didn't look nothing like the picture he sent. She's the first person I would have said, you don't look anything like your picture.
I would have taken a
I would have
selfie.
to ask that.
I would
Yeah.
have taken a selfie.
Or I just would have said, I had, look, or I told her I would have just said, I'm sorry, I have an emergency.
I wouldn't even acknowledge it. Even though he said, oh, you sound like that. I'd say, oh, really?
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you have somebody in
But
particular
see,
you're
that
looking
would have
for?
really teed me off.
Oh, yeah.
Then he
She
gonna
was
go and
upset.
sit up
But by
there.
the same token, she was upset. But like I told her, this is why you have to, I mean, you can video chat.
Yeah.
These days we have different means besides AI that if you really are curious and especially something like that, because you don't know what you're getting on these websites. Like
That's
you said,
right.
people using AI, and I mean to the point
I would have liked to ask him, why did you put that picture up?
Right.
Exactly, and you knew that wasn't.
And you look totally different from what I was
But
expecting.
it happens with regular pictures. People
Yeah,
will
it
use a
does.
picture that's about 10 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and they 50, ankles turned over.
That's true.
But
You're
then
right.
what I'm saying is,
I mean, I've seen it.
Uh-huh.
You've gained this much weight, but you're still using the picture when you were just
When
this
you was
big.
little.
And
yeah,
you had muscles.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, how you get that big since the
Overnight.
last picture I just saw?
I know. What
The last
happened?
picture, you was,
Hopefully he learned from that.
but
I
women
hope
do
so.
it too.
You know, be yourself.
Both of them.
But
Both
women
of
do
them.
it.
And
Women
honestly, it's a
do it.
lesson that both of them should
It's a
learn.
both
Yeah.
of them. Both of them does
Yeah.
that.
And
Everybody
especially-
does it.
yeah.
Not just men.
You
Women.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
women do
especially
that
as a woman,
work.
you want to guard yourself. You don't
Right.
know what's
Yeah,
out
because
here.
you don't know what's out
You know
there.
what I'm saying?
Serial
Especially
killers,
being
anything.
a lady.
Both sex should guard themselves.
Both,
because
yeah.
you don't know if the woman you got is a man.
And that is
Uh-oh,
true.
you took that
Now,
out
that's
of
You
my
a
don't
good
mouth.
know
I was
point.
that.
finna
So
say that.
everybody
point.
need to guard themselves
Because
because
you don't know
who
if
gonna
they're
try to kill
transgenders
you.
or what.
You don't know who's trying to kill you. You know how trying to take money from you. You just
just
don't
don't
know.
know.
It's not one
Right.
gender
That's
that's
true.
safe anymore,
You're not. You're
Right.
or
right.
should be more particular than the other. Because the way they put the makeup on now,
And some
And
of
you
you're
these-
can
right
really
about
take
that.
with all your whiskers.
And some of these men
They're
look so
flawless.
beautiful.
I
Hair
mean, they-
You
flawless.
can't tell
yeah,
if they're
that
a
is
man
true.
or a woman.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know, because they can make themselves up. They
Mhm.
look really nice. And they're going to make it really, really nice because they're trying to attract.
Exactly.
So they're going to make themselves look really, really nice. And then you can't tell if they're a man or a woman.
right, right.
Until you get into that situation. Like like somebody I know, he went and thought the person was a woman. And he said that
Oh God.
the person was so beautiful and fine and everything. They go to the hotel. It's true.
Yeah.
They go to the
That's
hotel
what somebody said
and
happened
they
to me.
get ready to do it. And he said he pulled out something bigger than him. You know, he got mad and he beat up
Weapons
and
of
walked
mass
out.
destruction.
You know, and he
Yeah,
said,
man.
but you couldn't tell because of the way they was acting, and that's true. And this is what's
That's
happening
true.
with AI too. If you are not familiar with AI,
Mhm.
you could get caught up in that, like you say with the little baby.
Mhm.
If you knew that was a little baby, you know little babies ain't gonna be acting like that,
They don't talk like that.
They
They don't
don't
move
talk
their
like
mouths.
that.
They're not that
Exactly.
intelligent.
and they don't be dancing like that. They still little babies. Now,
Right.
if they were little people, that would be different.
Right.
Right.
You know, the little people, they could do that and get by with it. But the question, you know, it says with AI now able to sound like us, they can take your voice now and it sounds just like you. So, and that's scary too, because
Very
you're
scary.
taking their voice,
Mhm.
they're taking your face, and they are making this what they call your twin now. They
Mhm.
call it your twin.
Mm.
And my son was showing me this last night. And I mean, it really looked just like the real person.
Wow.
Mhm.
And she was talking and she was saying, this is my twin. And I'm like, gosh, well, which one is the real one? You know, because she was talking here and the twin was talking here. They both look identical.
Mm.
And that is scary.
That
Yeah.
is.
The voice sounded just like her. I wish he had sent me that clip. But anyway, they sound like us. They call us and even act like a digital twin. How do we define a real relationship today? You know what I'm saying? It's scary if you're out
Yeah,
there, even
'cause-
on the dating line.
That's true.
Are you really talking to a
A
human?
real human
Or are you
person,
talking
yeah.
to a twin digital? So you really have
You know,
to.
you can. That's real easy to tell.
Mhm. Huh.
It's real easy to tell.
Okay, Kim gonna show us.
How often do you tithe?
That's a good question,
That is a
Kimberley.
good one.
You know you can do it. How often do you
You
tithe?
tithe.
How often do you give into the teaching and preaching of the
I
gospel?
like that.
Because I asked God that he one time he said he was saved everything. He's super saved. I said, how often do you tithe?
That ended it.
How often do you give to your local church? Do you serve at your local church? There's just some
Mm-hmm.
questions you can ask. Do you serve at your local church? How often do you serve at your local church?
Mm.
Are you filled with the baptism of the Holy Spirit with the evidence of speaking in tongues? And when did you get filled? You asked too many questions.
Questions.
As a matter of fact, what he meant to say is you asked all the right questions.
Questions.
Call.
Yeah.
But see, a lot of
What
times
church
we
you
don't
go
ask
to?
those
What
questions.
pastor do you sit under? Whose authority are you under? I'm talking about if a woman is really wanting to find out. Ask,
That's right.
okay.
Especially if you're in the church, you need to know too.
Exactly.
Do you Zelle or Cash App?
Or do you give it in? Walk in person.
I mean, you just got to ask some hard
Yeah,
questions.
some
Most of the time, we
questions.
just feel giddy and we just want to have a good time, so we just get lured in because
That's
you know.
true.
And that's
Everybody
some
wants
good
to be
questions
rude.
that AI,
But you
that
start
you can
asking
ask
them,
AI.
you start asking that person on the other end some real questions.
They won't know.
AI ain't gonna keep
Gone
up with
in
you.
And you know that's what it says
They're not
here
gonna
too.
keep up.
Yes, and those are some good questions. I hope you all heard what Kimberley was saying. Ask them to do their
That's a
time.
real question.
Ask them do
When
they
last
go to
time
church?
you had
Ask
an
that.
STD test?
What, Kim?
When last time you had an STD test? Baby, they'll wake up.
Oh yeah.
If it's a real
Because
person.
AI
Yeah.
shouldn't be getting
Yeah.
no STD.
AI gonna be saying, well, it was 2,600. Whereas a real person gonna be like, what the hell you asking me that for?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're gonna get a human reaction
Action.
versus
From an
an
AI.
automated
Yeah, not from that
action.
and stuff. So,
Talk about their mama. That'll wake them up.
Exactly.
yeah, that's something to make
There
them
are always
upset.
things that you can say that AI doesn't know how to respond to.
Basically, real questions will get you real answers.
Right.
Real responses where you
Responses,
know.
It should give you some kind of
Some
reaction.
kind of reaction, so you
from
know.
it when you do that.
Yeah.
Somebody asking you for money. I mean, it's like, okay, where you work? What's your hourly wage? You start asking them questions. You got 401k, you can't get that out your 401k. What's wrong with your 401k? You just start asking real questions.
Those are some good questions.
Where your
to
mama,
ask,
where
though.
I mean, you just gotta find those questions where you dig in,
Yeah.
because people don't like to do that.
Yeah,
Just say,
that's
I know I just met you, but is there any way that you can loan me some money? And what bank do you go to, and I meet you there?
I can loan
Those
you
are some good questions to
I know
ask
you can
this,
do
Have
that.
you look?
this person.
Look, workintexas.com. Have you applied for a job at workintexas.com? Because you're saying things that are going to frustrate the person because they're trying to get money out of you.
Exactly,
But
yeah.
what you're saying is frustrating them. I can help you do your job search profile.
That's true. That's true.
You got your resume ready? They can be looking at you like, what?
And you
Now you're
need,
frustrating
and
the
you need
person.
and you need to be able to answer those questions. You need to be able to see how they're going to do.
Right.
It says here, how do we know it's a real person anymore? Like Kimberley was saying, ask those questions that they are not
Right.
prepared to answer.
Exactly.
Because most of them not going to be prepared to
That's
answer.
true.
Do you time?
And especially if you just meeting someone, there'll be some of those offensive questions.
Exactly.
Because who starts off a relationship with do you tithe?
Me.
See, that's what I'm saying. Because a lot of
Ain't no
people
need
don't.
to waste no time. You get 10% on a consistent basis to your church. And what
And then
church
they
do you
can
give
give
it
you
to?
10%.
I need to know where you give it to. Where do you get this 10% at? I need to see. I
give
your
it to
pay
one of
stub.
those online preachers. What is the online preacher
Preacher
name?
Exactly.
And I need to see the stubs.
You know,
Because most people are going to talk about that at the beginning.
that's what I'm saying. They're not going to talk about.
So
tithe.
you gonna
Who
weed 'em
talks
out?
about
That's true.
tithe on the beginning of a relationship? That's what I'm saying. So they're not going to be
I'm going to
expecting
ask
you
you.
to
You
ask
come
that,
over here
but
and talk
that's
to
good.
me. You can come and talk to me. You receive the baptism of evidence speaking in tongue. Speak what?
I speak in tongues,
I didn't
but
say
not
that you
your
kiss in
tongue,
tongues.
You know?
When did you get filled with the Holy Ghost? I just need to know. Ain't no need to go no further.
And then that's gonna throw off the AI person because it said what makes a relationship real is time, effort, conflict, and presence.
Yeah.
So if they can't answer something, did y'all hear that? So if you really, even if it's a real person or
there you
AI,
go. Yeah,
ask
even
them,
if it's a real
do
person.
they tithe?
Mhm.
That's a
People
good. I had never
That's
thought
too
about that, Kimberly.
personal. That's too personal.
And why you want to ask me that?
There's no need for us to go no further because if you're not tithing, you're not filled with the Holy Ghost. Do you read the word? Not only do you read the word, do you read the word of God aloud or do you read it silently? This really matters to me.
And those things that matter to you are those things that you
Baby,
ask
they
those
gone.
questions.
Ain't no need to waste no time.
That's right.
I went out to Bloom Lounge for brunch this past Saturday, and when I got out of the car, there was a black guy standing there, and I don't know why he was standing because it was almost 20 degrees.
It
He was
was
standing
cold.
outside. I went in, I was going around the side door. He said, no, this is the door right here. I said, okay, thank you. So I went in. The only seat that was available was right there by the bar and the door, which I was just happy to sit there because it's just a little frilly place for girls.
Yeah.
And so he went back to he was on the other side of the bar. He came over, and I don't remember what he said, but I saw that he was sweating profusely. And I'm like, okay, it's freezing out here. Why is he sweating? But I didn't think anything of it. So he said, ma'am, you can come sit over here. It's warmer over here because I'm about to leave. And then he said, I'll buy you a drink. What do you drink? I said, water. That was it then. That was it. He said, I see you like the Cowboys. I was like, yes. So he said he played for some team, some football team. And I said, okay. And then he started telling me why he sweats. Because I'm looking at him because he will sweat. Wow. He said, I have titanium on the inside, and it makes me sweat.
He said what?
Titanium.
Oh,
inside.
Really?
And I don't know why he said he had it.
So he had surgery.
I mean, I didn't really get into detail. But when he asked me that, I said, I want to pray for you. He looked at me like,
oh, wow.
I said, let me pray for you. And then I just began to pray for him right there. It was like, okay, I guess he got himself together. Because that's not what people want.
Yeah.
So I just began to pray for him right there at the bar.
Now, that's interesting.
So
what did he do after you prayed for him?
He said nothing else. He
didn't want to talk no more to you. He was probably in shock. Who at a bar want to pray for somebody?
He was. Because I just
shocked.
leaned on him that, that he would be healed, that the healing power of God would flow through him.
That's right.
And whatever's dealing with, because the word of God is alive, it's sharp, it's powerful, it's active, and that Jesus redeemed him from the curse of the law. And he looked down at me like...
This woman up here talking to me about Jesus at a bar. That was good, Kimberley. I didn't know you was that bold, girl.
You gotta hit it fast.
Man.
Yeah. I laid on you in a minute. He just like you looking at me.
Wow, that's how he was looking.
And then his Uber, he said, well, my Uber's here, I gotta go.
What was there?
Uber. His Uber was here.
He said he gotta go. But he had beautiful teeth. His teeth were extremely white. So I said, okay, well, maybe he did play football back in the day.
He probably did.
But he said, okay, I can't fool with her. She don't drink. And then she over here in the bar around all these people laying hands. Because I was touching, like, praying for him like this. Like, praying for
I'm so excited.
I said, so you thought you was going to surprise me. I
surprised him.
Right.
Yeah, you surprised
You're going to get people saved at the bar.
Baby,
I know that's
get
right.
something. And don't let me start talking to you about the spirit of life in Christ Jesus.
Yeah.
That same power that raised Jesus from the dead. Well, did you know it will quicken your mortal body?
Yeah.
And they just look at me like, what? You know you're a spirit, you possess a soul, and you live in a body. Do you know you're you're a tripart being? They'd be like,
they like, now you speaking in another tongue.
You talk what? I was just trying to get you
That's
a drink.
what they was thinking.
I'm not thirsty. I'm good. But you can weed things out.
You can.
Because if a man really interested, he gonna stay. He said, girl, he may say, girl, you bizarre. But I really like to get to know you.
Exactly.
And then if they really want you, they gonna sit there and listen to you and try to talk to you and see what they can, what they're bringing.
Exactly.
That is interesting. So you all, please listen to what Kim is saying. This will help you in your relationship, especially if this is going to be your equally yoked position. You want somebody that's going to be equally yoked with you. So she's breaking the ice even at the bar.
At the bar.
No drinking at the bar, but giving the word of God, the thirsty, the water, like Pastor Dennis was with the water.
With the water.
So with the water. Pray over the water and drink that water.
Amen.
So why do perfect conversation feel good, but leave us empty? Like that was a good example right there. He got up and left and took his Uber.
He gone.
Took his Uber, good. But can growth happen without disagreement? Can growth happen without disagreement?
It can if you're on one accord.
Yeah.
Because you can either agree to disagree.
Yeah, you can
Especially if
agree
you're
to
not trying to
disagree.
be right.
Exactly.
If I don't have to be right, we can talk about a subject.
Yeah.
And neither one of us should be offended if we're trying to me, merge
Right.
together. Because I want to hear what you have to say.
Exactly.
What you say matters.
Exactly.
And then
Because I
we
care
should be
about
able
you.
to- yeah.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, how you think, the way you think matter.
Yeah. And you might learn something
Mhm.
from listening to the other person
Right.
and not always thinking you right all the time. You right. And I got to get the last word in. Why can't we have a good relationship? And you probably could with AI. Because like Kimberley said, when they ask those questions, they're gonna be thinking like, how do I answer this? How do I answer that?
Yeah.
So you probably could have a good relationship with AI because they're not gonna argue with you. Probably,
No, they're not.
they're gonna
argue,
agree and they're gonna
debate.
try to make you happy. And that's the reason why so many people lose money because they're so desperate, want somebody to talk to.
Exactly.
So they conjugate all this up and say, well, let me get on here and get me an AI twin.
Well, they were already, they were already doing that with porn. That's not really new. I just think they're bringing it out of that industry and just broadening it.
But now
Because
they
that's
bring
what
it
men
more
do.
to
They
an
look at
audience.
magazines. That's just saying men, but people look at magazines, and in the magazine, everything is perfect and flawless until you buy it. And this
But
thing
then
just
in
a
the
raggedy.
magazine, they ain't gonna talk back to you. But with that AI, they'll talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
So they can tell you anything with that AI to make you feel good.
That's
So if
true.
a person
But that
is
picture
desperate-
tells you anything. That's why that industry is so lucrative, especially with with what is that? What's that industry they got now? Hey, big what's that industry they got where the stars on Instagram? Those people with the secret rooms. What you call them?
I don't go into secret rooms.
What you call it?
Secret rooms get me in trouble. I'm stay out of them.
No, what you call those rooms? Fans only rooms.
Only fans.
Oh, yeah.
Only fans.
That's what they're doing. I don't know if they're talking a lot.
No, they ain't talking.
And that lady became a multi-millionaire just doing fans only.
I got a homegirl that's on OnlyFans. She only show her feet though.
she only show her feet.
Baby, she making money.
And their feet ain't what her feet be saying.
But those feet are nice. Some people have some
Feet
beautiful
don't
feet.
fail me
Feet
now.
don't fail her now. They ain't because she making a lot of money on OnlyFans. Just by showing her feet.
Huh?
Wow.
I may have to do a
And
pinky
stuff.
page.
So,
Baby, I'm about to show these elbows.
but the thing you want to look at too, and we're talking about AI. He just got off his plane. We're talking about AI, how they're doing the twins and how they can take your voice and making people think that it's you calling me because you see, and that's so scary. And then they're using it into relationships now.
It's a good thing and a bad thing altogether.
Mhm.
Like there are good uses for AI, and then there are some uses because anytime you have something good,
Right.
somebody gonna always do something evil with it. There's always gonna be somebody that's gonna take it and pervert it, take it and do it. Like just think about AI in this aspect. Some of us, all of us, could be used, and we could be. They could say we did a crime.
Mm-hmm.
We were never in the area.
That's true.
That's our face. That's our voice.
There you go, and that's scary.
Yeah, that's scary. Because what do you do? Like I know, Pops, you can say certain things, and I'm be like, you lying.
Yep.
You lying.
Yep.
Because that ain't
That
him.
ain't him.
Yep.
But if you show me a picture of him and him talking, and
Sounds
especially
just like
once
him.
they get the AI to where it moves with the lips the right way, because now you can tell that it's not real.
Yeah,
with
'cause the lips
AI.
be all
the lips
off.
be all jacked up.
Yeah.
But when they get it right, you be like, that's possible. No, I didn't see that. But so it's coming to that point where
And it's scary.
they could literally set you up to say that you're doing crime. Any type of thing.
Or even in a relationship. Think about how many people could be fooled by that, thinking that they husband or wife with somebody else, and it's not even them, And then you getting out there, then your reputation could get messed up with this AI stuff.
Ain't no good. It
will get messed
people
up.
believe a lie
Unless
first.
that person really know that person.
A person will believe
Then
a lie
they'll
first.
believe whatever. But then, like you said, oh no, I don't believe Apostle would do something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Only true people would not believe it. Yeah, true people like that ain't.
But like you said, a lot of people believe because they want to tear down certain people's reputation, so they will actually do that. But we have to be able. It's just like when they said, "How do you know the real dollar?" You study the real dollar, so when the counterfeit dollar comes, you will know that this is not the real money.
The counterfeit dollar feel different.
Yeah,
it
really does. And if you look at it real good, you'll see that it's not. The marking is off.
Yeah.
It's something about it that, but when just glancing at it, it really looks like the real deal.
Absolutely.
And when I was looking at this twin thing with my son last night, I was trying to figure out which
that's
one.
y'all twin. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What is the twin?
Uh-huh.
The real woman supposed to be over here, and the twin look identical almost to her.
Wow.
Until, like you say, you start looking at the movements.
Yeah. Look at the fingers and stuff.
And stuff like that, you know. So it was saying is how AI can trick you into getting into a relationship, especially if you're desperate for a relationship.
Exactly. And it's some different folks
and
out
there's
there.
some different folks out there that want, you know, you remember we talked about this one time with the man marrying the doll.
He did.
The man married this woman doll. And then he had the woman having babies with the doll.
Yeah.
Remember that? It was crazy. And he had the woman having the babies with the doll and everything. Yeah. And I was like, now you know he is crazy.
And he was just perverted.
You know, and so you can imagine now if he was doing that now, what would he do with the AI now?
Oh my God.
You know, he would really be having a good time talking to this woman and sending out, you know. So we was asking how do we know it's the real person and more? Kimberley was saying, ask them, do they tithe? Ask them, do they go to church? And those are good questions. I think that's good for any human relationship too.
Anyway, there's certain things about people that you begin to know when you pay attention.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like anytime someone asks me for money from another country or I feel like it's AI, they always start with, am doing good. Mm-hmm. That's not even good English. Mm-hmm. Right. Most of us say, I am doing good. I'm doing good, looking forward to getting to know you. First of all, why is you in my inbox trying to get to know me? I don't know you. I don't want to know you. Right. Yeah, like I'm not just striking up conversations with people. Normal people don't just strike up conversations and say that. They don't say, I'm getting to know you. They usually comment on something you posted, something that you posted in your story. Like that's how most people strike up, well, except the perverts. But most of them strike up conversation through something you've said. Like Linda may say something. Linda will say something about something I've said in my story. So I know her, so I'm gonna come back. Yeah, you're right. You know, laugh or just like it. But when it's somebody you don't know, they always are odd in how they strike
they do. Yes,
always odd. Yes. That is a telltale sign. Typically, they're very, very awkward.
Right. And then too, it says here, is hearing a familiar voice enough? When they calling you and stuff and you feel like this just doesn't sound right. It says sometimes you make up safe words. Like you can ask them, you know, what is our private word?
Right.
That's another thing you can ask right now because they should know your private word if they AI. They're not going to know your safe word. Right. So these are things that if you're not sure, you can ask them, just like Kim said, ask them, do they time? Then you can do the callback verification thing. Call them back and see. Yeah. Just like this person did when they got this call and thought it was them. They sounded just like them, but it was something about it that didn't make it work. So when she got on the phone, she called back and asked the person. They said, oh, no, I haven't talked to you. I didn't call you.
You know what else? I always pay attention to how I normally talk to people. Mm-hmm. So if they don't, like most people know if I call you, I'm gonna say your first name and add about 7 middle names that ain't yours in there. Most people know that. I'm gonna say your name, and I'm gonna say Kimberley, Denise, and I'm gonna add names. So most people, if you're talking to me, you don't hear me have that conversation, you're gonna be like, "What's wrong?
What's wrong with him?
You okay? You all right?" But I do that with people like, "This ain't you." How? Because you ain't hit me with the normal. You ain't got no juice to this story. So I pay attention to how people normally contact me.
Exactly.
Conversation. Like when I call Kim or I call you, it's always Elma, I'm unique, Ola, something. And so you're gonna know it's me because I'm gonna add like 12 different nicknames in.
And he's speaking in tongues,
right?
Because I'll be knowing all that stuff. Yeah, he be saying that long word he put into the text.
Yeah.
Super this or super this. You know. I'm like, what is he saying here? You know. But these are things that you want. You feel uncomfortable.
Elma, you gotta make sure if you're gonna ask AI, if you tired, the AI gonna come back and answer you tired. So you gotta make sure you tired. So AI don't get you.
Because he might come back and ask that you.
Are you tired?
Are you tired? Yes, I do tired, and I thank God that I can tired.
By the way, service was amazing on Sunday.
Well, thank you, darling. Thank you.
Amazing. Come on. Apostle was preaching, boy.
And look how quiet he is.
He is so That's why I said that's the only time I heard him get loud. I used to him get loud.
He be quiet.
And it wasn't AI.
And it wasn't AI.
It wasn't AI at all.
No, because you want to be free.
That part.
That's it. So, it was saying, this goes into this. It also said here, faith. Does AI change how we rely on God and community?
No.
Can technology replace God-designed connection?
No.
When does convenience turn into compromise? See, these are things, and I really like the way Kim said, ask them, do they tie?
Well,
that's a good one.
Anytime you rely more on AI than you do on God,
God,
it's
already messed up.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the key, because you're gonna have to always remember God in what you do. Because if He's not a part of it, it's gonna fail anyway. It's gonna fail, or it's gonna be superficial growth. It's gonna be more like an abscess as opposed to monumental growth like it should be.
So then, what it is? So just to be on the safe side, because AI is really getting out there now, and you have elderly people, mature people that's not on the Facebook and YouTube and not familiar with this. We're still learning. And then you get these phone calls that sound just like real people. And a lot of people are losing their money because they're saying this is IRS, and if you don't pay this here, we're going to cut your money off. Instead of you stopping, IRS will tell you, I do not call like that. They're going to notify you and let you know. Okay? So don't just panic when you hear this voice that sound. And please don't think that President Obama calling you.
Right.
Some people do that. And I remember this one woman, she was so in love with, what's the guy that just passed that have the all-white...
Frankie Beverly.
Yes. Did you hear about that woman?
Yeah.
She really thought that Frankie Beverly had called her. She was on the news. She really thought Frankie Beverly had called her.
After he died?
No, this
okay. I was going to say.
This before he died. I know that's right. No, this was before that. And she was saying that she really thought it was him, and he was asking her, she was going all this, and then he was asking her for money. That should have been a red flag right there.
Right.
Why would Frankie Beverly be calling you, asking you for money? It's so many elderly people are lonely. No, she said she lost up in the, $30-some thousand or something. Whoever she was sending this money
was singing
to.
Good.
He must have been singing real
good.
He
was
you
doing
make
something.
me happy.
She wasn't happy when they did it, but she was on that interview. But I've seen so many people get caught up because they are lonely, and they are working on the elderly people because they are lonely.
Yeah.
Right.
And
that's
just
where
imagine.
they usually start.
Yeah,
that's
with
where
them.
Most of the scams start.
With the elderly.
Most scams start with the elderly.
Yeah,
because they don't. They not on the computer.
Right.
They can tell them anything. And just imagine you getting a call from somebody sounding now with AI, and they sound just like your child. And they're asking for money, and you say, wait, what do you want me to send it to? And they tell, send it to this number. But baby, this ain't your number. That's a red flag. Right there. Well, Mama, I broke my phone. No, that's a red flag. Well, why can't you drive over and get the money,
Right.
Especially if they live in the city.
Right.
But now I can see out of state. But still, I would have to stop and call and see, did you really call and ask me for some money?
Yeah.
So sometimes we have to use some kind of common sense before we start reacting. And, one lady just lost all her money in the bank. Because she said Chase had called her from the Chase number, and it showed up on her phone, Chase, which that has happened to me. But I done been there before.
Right,
So when I got that number, and they was talking about, well, your credit card is this, and this is Chase. And I think you just got one too, did you, not too long ago?
Right.
And saying that it was Chase. What I did, I said, well, okay. Oh, no, man, we can handle it right here. I said, no. I'm going to call my bank. Chase is right down the street from me. I'm going, oh, man, but you don't have to do that. I am from Chase and blah, blah. I said,
I'm going to
no.
talk to Linda.
I'm going to go. And they was really trying to convince me. I said, no. And I told the person, I said, if you're really trying to convince me you Chase, you are not Chase.
Right.
I knew them when they try to convince you and stuff and everything. So you have to really listen to this before. And in the closing remarks on this one, it says, AI can imitate our voices now.
Oh.
Okay? Our words, even our emotions. They're trying to fix it where, like she throwing her hair back. They can fix it where they can try to throw your hair back or whatever.
That's going to be simple for Linda.
Just pull the wig off. But it says here, but it cannot replace presence, growth, or love.
Amen.
Maybe the question isn't what AI can do, but we're willing to replace. What are we willing to replace? So you have to be very careful when you're into these relationships, especially if they're online dating. Like Roberta was saying, the people using these pictures and making, because they can make that effect, and I love them because those pictures really, even on the photo booth, they can really make you look good. Yeah. But you got to be careful. That's the reason why you need to acknowledge God in all thy ways. Ask him. But like they said, if you feel uncomfortable about that and you get this, then maybe you need to double check that before you go to jumping out there saying that this is my day. I want to share this with y'all. It was funny. I was watching this Tubi movie. And it was called Lot Lizard.
Yeah, I seen that.
Did you see that one? And remember, did you see the part when the man was getting in the bed and the big fat woman was in the bed? He said, "Woo, your thigh and shoulder got big." He said, "Oh, your thighs and shoulder got big." And so when he cut the light on and saw how big she was, he grabbed his clothes and ran out. That's how I look at AI. How you up there? You saying you look one way. And then he cut the light on and he saw it was a big woman. She was pretty, but she was big. And had another thing. He got his clothes and ran up out of there.
But these women will take pictures from here up.
Yeah.
And you believe they skinty, and they not.
Well, I know a person spent almost $3,000 on getting on there on these dating apps and looking at these women. They sent him all this here out and everything, but he was an older person. And she was asking him to buy her kids, what you call them, the gift cards or something. She always asked for gift cards and stuff like that. And so, you have to be careful.
You're right.
And they were sending him all this out, and he was getting all excited and stuff. But ended up getting his bank account closed because he was using all his money. So you have to be careful out there in this day and time. Please, y'all, watch it. Be careful. Because what you think is real, 9 out of 10 is not. All right, so we're going to have Fashion by Kimberley right now. Is she awake over there?
I don't know. She here, but she ain't here. What is you okay? Is you all right?
Make sure she ain't AI. Make sure she's the real one.
I'm AI.
Okay, AI.
That part.
Is she AI or this the real Kimberley?
Watch. She is ready.
This is the real Kimberley. Fashion by Kimberley. Go
Fashion by Kimberley is the one and only. She got her superhero jacket on today. It got the ruffles and everything too. And she, walking to the beat.
Wow.
I mean, the Billie Jean.
That's a Billie Jean, man.
She got her boots on. She got her kickers on.
Hey, go, Billie Jean.
Like that.
So not only is she ready for a night on the town,
I like those.
she's also ready to
Those are pants. They look like boots almost.
She's ready to get rid of demons and all witches and warlocks.
I know that's right.
Come
Cause
on.
she can stomp it out, can't
That part. Kim, the
I
vampire
like
slayer.
those pants because they can really look like boots.
Yeah.
They really do look like boots.
Kim got on boot camp.
Yeah,
boots.
those are beautiful.
Come on. And then she got the leather couch
Yes.
pants, the leather couch pants. She's ready.
Couch pants. You know,
Stay ready.
got something to say.
And she got a turtleneck on, so she's ready. She is ready for war, rumors of
I know,
war.
and I like that.
And she's
jacket.
also ready for dinner for two.
That's right. And she is the real thing. This
Yes,
is not
she's
AI, y'all.
She gorgeous, y'all.
Yes, she is. Very gorgeous. And her question is, do you tithe?
That part.
That's it. She want to know. So
Yes,
anybody
yes.
that's trying to date her, the first thing she's going to ask
I
is,
need to know
do you tithe?
how much did you give to the kingdom
That's right.
of God?
Because she know if you give to God, you'll give to her.
Amen.
All right,
Where
so,
a man's
all right.
treasure is, you're going to find his
And
heart.
then you
Come
won't,
on.
you know what, Kim? You won't have to rent him.
Hey.
All righty. All right. We just wanted you all to know that this is our love month, and we know some people get off into love, and some are lonely, and some want attention. So AI can really put that twin out there to capture your attention and make you think.
Some of y'all not in love, y'all in lust.
And some of them in infatuation.
Some of them is in lurst, yeah. Some of them is in lurst.
Ain't nothing wrong with little lurst. Ain't nothing wrong with little lurst.
And so anyway, we're going to be
love song. This is my love song. This is my love song.
What's your love song?
Okay. That's that stalker song.
Yeah.
And that ain't AI either.
So
we're going to be
February.
So be careful, beware out there. This is love month. Don't let everybody bring you a Valentine because they may not be the real thing.
I know, right?
All right,
we got to get some love songs.
That's right. Watch it when they sing you those love songs. But remember, we do have the real McCall.
How you sing your love song?
Cash App, Send it.
Now that's the real thing right there.
Love song.
Yes.
But we want you all to know the real photo booth is the Kirk booth. The one and only. It's not AI. It's the real photo booth, www.thekirkbooth.com, where we bring you memories. We even bring you pops. We bring you these here. We can do all of it for you. We give you memories. So book us. Check us out. Our bookings are very reasonable. They're very easy to fill out. Go to www.thekirkbooth.com, okay? And if you would love to be on the show, it's www.elmatalkshow.com, or you can message any one of us and let us know that you want to be on our show because we have some good shows coming up. So remember, this is the love month. Be with somebody that you love and then send them some love. May God bless you and keep you until we see you face to face. And in the meantime, keep on watching. Subscribe if you haven't. All right.